Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's OpenONU Go call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared live on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share. First of all, happy to say we merged the gRPC move. So as of yesterday, the interaction between the adapters and the core, and especially in relationship to our project or our OpenONU adapter, is not done through Kafka anymore, but it's done through a direct one-to-one gRPC communication. That is simplifying a lot of things for us. It's making it easier. It's all included into the Kafka library. No, sorry, Volta libgo library. So there is and the changes being from Kafka to the gRPC in that library. There were some changes brought into the adapters, and there were also some bug fixes that were brought in. So thanks a lot to Ken and Girish and also Michael and Holger for spending some time on that as well. What that means is that you now have to rebase all the patches, unfortunately. So the current patches need to be rebased against the master for them to pass in any sort of form or way. We have
Andrea, you are hard to reach.
Sorry, what, Holger?
I cannot hear Andrea clearly, actually.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Seems
to be an issue
with
I think we just lost Andrea.
Can you hear me now, guys?
Oh, yes.
Okay. It seems my network was flaky. So let me go back and say that thanks to everybody who contributed to the Kafka to the gRPC move. We now have 4 patches that are outstanding. Well, actually now 3 that are outstanding merging, and I would propose this ordering. So the first one that actually got merged this morning is the logging one from Holger. So thanks for that. Now the adapter is separated into proper packages that can be set in the logging functionality, and we're going to talk about that, the next steps for that later. So that's merged. I know Michael is rebasing this one on top of the latest code. And then we have the OMCI prioritized sending and the flow serialization. Are you guys okay with the OMCI prioritized sending being merged before the flow serialization from Girish? Is that something that is okay for everybody?
I'm okay, no worries.
Okay, Girish, when you have time today, you can also go first. It doesn't matter for me.
Yeah, but I don't know if I have enough reviews on my patch.
Okay, I see. Then you won't do it today, right?
Yeah, unless there are reviews, yeah, I cannot do it. And I have no particular preference on the order.
Yeah, today I think today I won't do it. So feel free if you want to do it today, you can do it, and I can do it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sure, no worries. I think I had some review comments from Mahir as well. I haven't addressed. Yeah, I will take a look at it.
Okay.
But I'm not sure whether I still reach, whether I'm still be able to rebase the patch that I'm responsible for. So that would be the prerequisite.
Yes.
I started, but there are some problems with the changed notification writing capital letters. So I'm afraid it takes a bit longer.
I think that's okay, guys. There's no rush in having to merge these. It's just that I wanted to let everybody know that we need to work on this. We need to put them in, and it's okay if we take some time. It's fine. I don't particularly care too much. But the next steps are to merge these in kind of disorder. Or even other orders, but especially for the last one. But I would like to get the download in as soon as possible, because that's something that is not in the right state. The others are bug fixes and things like that. But again, the download one is one we have since a long time open, and I would like to get that done. Okay. Anything else on the patches? Otherwise, we just continue the work. Okay, then if not, is there any update from Odzge on the Voiceover IP stuff?
Hi. Sorry, but I don't have any patch about web service. But firstly, I decided how I should set web's ME parameters. And I'm sure I will send a patch as soon as possible. Web servers have really very much parameters, and I will send a patch as soon as possible.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Odzge. Any question you have for Chip, Michael, or somebody else?
Actually, I have, but firstly, I should design this service. After that, I will ask a question to Michael and Chip.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Okay. So next up is the OMCI libgo updates. We have merged the relaxed consistency, so that's done. What needs to be done is to include both the last patch and this one for the relaxed consistency into the adapter. So we now have the things in the library, but we are not yet using that version of the library in the adapter. So we need to update the version of the library. Do you know who's going to work on this? Michael, maybe you were looking into doing this after the download patches are done?
Yes, I can. I can start working on that if the download things are done.
Okay.
I know there's still if we have integrated and tested the upgrade procedures in the mainline, then we still have the open task of back merging that to 2.8. But yeah,
yes,
might be done a little bit in parallel then.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree we can do it in parallel. There's no terrible rush to do it, but we need to do it. We can do things in parallel. Okay.
Yeah. Concerning the relaxed acceptance of managed entities, I still have also some questions to Chip concerning his comments, what might have to be changed in the ONU Adapter code. So he made some proposal for that, which is not quite clear to me. So Chip, I'll come back with some specific questions surely when I start working on that.
Yeah. The basic idea behind my comment is that if you use the code, if you import the code, then since we're using LaxD code on by default, technically you don't have to change anything in the ONU adapter. But I was suggesting that, when you do the, you do the new packet call and decode a packet, you can do a call and get any error layer that might exist. And then from it, you can get, and there's an error message that you could just put out to a log at a low level. And because if there's no errors whatsoever, then of course you won't get an error layer. If there's a relaxed decode, you get the error layer and put out the string, that might give us a message that, hey, the standards changed, or we got a unique ONU out there. And then of course, if there's just a bad configuration, it'll at least give you an early log message that later on, when you're actually going down to get a message type that has an error, but it's not relaxed decode capable, then at least you have an artifact in the log, prior to the error occurring. So, but I can work with you. That was the basic idea behind my comment.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused between the different introduced layer types. So there's something like unknown attributes, and on the other hand, decode failure. You used also these different types in your test application, and so it's not really clear to me what must be used at that point.
Okay.
And then, of course, we also have to consider to store also the unknown attributes to the MIP template, and so we have to access the elements and things like that.
Okay.
We can clarify specifically and neutrally.
Okay, that sounds good. But the unknown attributes, you probably can't ever successfully decode those unless you have the extended message set. And I'll talk to you offline about that, so we don't take up everybody's time.
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you guys talk about it offline. There's also some comments here that I think relate to the discussion you were just having. So I'll let you deal with that offline. Thanks. There is this patch here for Voiceover IP that needs a review from a few folks. If you guys don't mind, that would be good to review. And also you, Odzger, maybe have some comments for Chip on that one. So please take a look.
I didn't look this patch.
That's okay. Please take a look at it when you can. Okay. Also maybe Michael, if you have the time, or somebody else, anybody else that wants to give it a look. Please do so. It was uploaded today by Chip, so it was a fairly new patch, no rush, but I think we need to get it reviewed. So maybe before Michael integrates the changes of the OMCI libgo into the OpenONU, we merge actually this one, so we go we take in all the needed things in one go. Okay. Okay. So this is related to the patch from Girish. That is this one, the flow serialization here. Is there anything that we need to discuss apart the comments that are on the patch? I think we are in pretty good shape for that one. Right?
Yeah, I just need to address comments, that's all.
Okay, good. On the software update, we have a patch from Michael, so that's pretty good. Thanks for doing that. I did not grab the Kafka versus the gRPC. That's my bad. Sorry, I forgot about it. We need to observe those tests. Yeah. So I'll do that. We also rebased Thorsten patch for this test update, so we have it ready as soon as Michael has his patch ready. We can merge that one as well, and the test should be good to go. Okay, the PM counters, I believe there is really no update. We need to rebase the patches. I'll work with Imani on this one. Good. On the logging front, so we merged the first batch from you, Holger, but I believe that you might have some implementations that you'd like to do.
Actually, the only thing outstanding now is some documentation probably.
Okay.
To give the user some hint how to use it, and also I would to list the packages and so on, and describe what is behind this. And as we already talked about, I will put it in the repo, directly in the repo as an ND file in the docs, in the new docs directory. You just talked about this. As yes. We just talked about it. Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. Anything you need for that?
No, I don't think so. I will probably tomorrow. I will provide such a patch.
Okay. Any questions for Holger on this topic? Okay, and I think that that one being a documentation patch, it can go in independently of the others, so that wouldn't be an issue. Okay. Okay, that's good. On the testing front, I don't think there is any major update. Do you guys have anything that you want to bring up? I know Thorsten is not here, so I don't think he can provide us an update. He gave us the patch for Michael's comment, for Michael's update of the downloads, different download options. So that's done. I just there is really no update from him. One thing that I'm doing on testing, but it's kind of unrelated to this, is to include ONOS HA tests in the BBSIM scenarios. We only have it in the pods, and I'd like to have it in the BBSIM scenarios as well. But this doesn't really concern the OpenONU Go. So nothing that I see as an action item here. Okay, so that was all I had in the agenda for today. I think it was a pretty short meeting. We know what we need to do, so I think that's very good. Anything that anybody wants to bring up that there needs to be discussed with the group?
Perhaps you can give a short summary about the last regression tests that were done with the gRPC change.
Yes, sure.
Were they completely running correctly, or where we do still have some problems, or what is not tested?
Yes, good point. Over the weekend, good point, Michael, thanks. So over the weekend, we ran all the tests with gRPC images, and we saw very little failures. We saw some failures here and there, but minor ones in the reconcile. I said yesterday in the TST, it's about one failure in reconciliation every 15 runs of the tests. So that's okay, at least for now. That is, and also because that is really a timing issue and not an actual error in the code. We know the code runs. We just need to find a way to be capable of testing it properly. So that's pretty good, I think. We have seen another failure in the multi-ONT test, but that was something we have yet to investigate. But again, it was one failure in like 5 jobs, so nothing major. In my opinion, it's just possibly normal that that happens. The hardware test ran smoothly. So long story short, we don't have major fires that we have to put out after the gRPC move. And that is a testament to all the great work that the folks like you, like Holger, like Grish, like Ken, like David have done, and Theo. So, so I think that's the current status. We're in pretty good shape. Girish, do you want to add anything, or do you think that this covers it enough?
Yeah, that covers enough. I mean, I'm just looking at the jobs right now. I mean, they seem to run, mostly well, but I do see some of those regressions that you talked about. For example, the one I'm just going to ping here on Slack. I mean, these are the ones that need to investigate. I think there are a few JIRAs that we created that are still open to debug these issues that we see at random. Could be timing, as you mentioned, but we need to fix them. This was well known that we didn't want to block the master for too long for some issues that were happening at random that we still need to fix before we close this release.
So the question that I had was, there are currently no changes applied to the patch verification, to the Jenkins jobs that are started from updated patches, and the according tests that are defined for the patch verification should really run quite stable, I understand, and should pass. And if not, then we can really dive into and assume that maybe some of the patch changes have to do with the problem and not the underlying gRPC changes.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now regarding sanity test, I had at least 2 successful runs in a row for the patch, for the logging patch. So you can trust on the patch on the tests.
Yeah, my question was if some tests were moved out by specifically compared to before state of gRPC, would also have been a possibility, but it's still the complete set of tests that are done for the patch verification.
Yes, it is. Yeah, all the sanities for DT, TT, and ATT, and our state test is running fully. Mm-hmm.
So something that still was not done, I understand, if I'm working now on the upgrade tests. So I assume that the upgrade tests were still not running with the gRPC. Am I right?
On the patches?
Generally with gRPC changes.
That I'm not sure. It should be that job here. I'm just checking the Volta2.x test tab in Jenkins. Let me check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I see that job has for some reason aborted during deploy Volta-ONU's upgrade. At some step it has just aborted. The last couple of runs have aborted. I'm not sure why.
Which job are you talking about?
Again, let me bring it here on Zoom.
Yes. I wanted to discuss that with Hardik. I'll have to take a look myself. I haven't checked. I haven't checked why, but this also has aborted here, and it's usually on the deployment. So maybe because I know this this pipeline has some minor differences to the others, just because it's for the upgrade process to work properly, you need some small stuff, some more small changes. So that may be the issue. I have to double check. So yeah, this is one that we have to investigate. But the good news is that we merged this stuff soon enough in the release time that we have still like a couple of months for stabilizing these things. And again, I think they're only minor issues, so I don't expect this to be any major stuff, because we handled all the major issues during the testing process that we have done. Okay. Does anybody have anything else that they want to bring up?
Perhaps one short remark from my side. I won't be in the office for the upcoming next 2 weeks. So until Friday, I am still present.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for letting us know. And Torsten will be back next week, right?
Torsten is on vacation until the 14th of October, so he will only return, or 15th.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he will after next week. So he's next week also Torsten will be off.
So Michael has to hold all the
Michael,
business up.
Yeah, Michael takes it over.
For the next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Then if there is nothing else, let's continue great work. And we have the patches to work on, so let's get those done. And then we can proceed to the next few topics. And I'll talk to you again next week. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.